Let's bring in Ari Fleischer, former White House press secretary for President George W. Bush and a Fox News contributor, and Megan Hayes, former special assistant to President Biden. Thank you both for coming on. Ari, to you first. I mean, it looks like to me that the GOP is considering playing offense on a couple of different topics in 26. One, affordability, and two, health care, which really kind of all one and the same here. Politico writes the following here. The headline is "The Internal Dispute That Could Derail the GOP's 2026 agenda." It goes on to write some rank and file conservatives in the House and Senate are privately discussing a potential centerpiece for a second reconciliation bill using tariff revenues to send taxpayers cash to address rising health care costs after enhanced Obamacare subsidies expire on December 31. According to the three people granted anonymity to describe the talks. What do you think about that, Ari? Is it a good strategy? Do you agree with it?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Republicans, it's hard to beat something if you don't have anything. Mm-hmm. And it's important for Republicans to have their own market-oriented plan that puts money in the hands of people so people can buy their own health care, which is the best way to get costs down. But here is the fundamental problem that I have with this whole debate. These subsidies, these extra subsidies, only apply to people above the poverty level. If you're in poverty, your subsidies, your money, your premiums don't go up a penny. Anytime anybody in the government says there's going to be a percentage increase, ask them from what to what. And here are the simple numbers, Trace. If you're above poverty, $32,150 is the definition of poverty. If you're above that, at that level, your premiums will go from $0 a month to $56 a month. The premium still costs $2,000 a month. Your neighbors, your taxpayers are picking up the other $1,950. $50 a month for a premium. Who in society wouldn't want a premium that you could get a health care policy for $50 a month? So yes, it's going up from $0 to $50 a month for those right above the poverty level.
What do you think about that, Megan?
I think that $50 a month for a lot of people who have family of four living off $32,000. And I think that this directly impacts the middle class. And I think that that's the problem here. And so unless there is a plan from the Republicans that they are going to put forward, which we all know there has to be a bipartisan plan. Obamacare is not perfect, but there needs to be a plan in place. Tony Fabrizio, Trump's own pollster, has said that 9 out of 10 Americans want affordable health care. So I just think if we're not going to provide affordable health care for people, then that's going to increase their ability to spend on other things. They won't be able to afford groceries or gas or their electric bill. So something has to give. So we need to figure out how to solve this problem because it will directly impact the midterms for both parties. So they need to come to a solution before they shut down the government again.
And maybe the solver gets the White House. I want to talk about 2028. I know it's a little early here, but that's what makes it fun. The numbers guy over at CNN said this about the 2028 race, at least on the GOP side of the aisle. Watch.
Look at this. J.D. Vance, 48% chance. Nobody else is even close. Marco Rubio is way back at 12%, and no one else is even above a 5% chance of being the 2028 GOP nominee. J.D. Vance is like Mario Andretti, and Marco Rubio and the rest of the field are like going around in go-karts at this point.
I mean, I would acknowledge it is early, Ari, but you got to also acknowledge that J.D. Vance is picking up some steam.
Yeah, well, Alabama had about a 0% chance of beating Oklahoma when they were down 17, and they did. That's my problem with these percentages of what your likelihood is to win this far out. No one knows. Yeah. The fact of the matter is the Republican nomination is wide open. J.D. Vance starts out with the advantage by virtue of being the vice president. But it is going to be a wide open field where each candidate is going to have to earn it. And whether that's J.D., Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, you can name others, every single one of them is going to have to get the approval from the voters, not the pundits, not the pollsters. It's going to be up to the voters. And no one has watched these guys in action yet in Iowa, in New Hampshire. So this field remains wide open.
Listen, as an Alabama dad, I knew they were going to come back against Oklahoma. Roll Tide, Ari. Megan, to you.
You're the 1%, Trace.
I am the 1%. I knew it was going to happen. Ty Simpson had a great game. What do you think, Megan? Final thoughts.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with Ari. You just never know. I mean, I worked for someone who was polling dead last this far out, and no one thought he was going to run for president, and he ended up winning. So I just think you just never know. And also, people don't know if people are going to want the voters are going to want to turn the page on a Trump-Vance agenda and find something new. You just don't know. It's way too far out, but it's still fun to talk about.
It's very fun to talk about. Megyn, Ari, Happy New Year to both of you. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Happy New Year.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.